Good morning, Academy55 premium members and everybody else who is watching the recording. David Khan here, taking you through Monday, the 22nd of April. It's now 5 to 9 in the morning here in the UK. On Monday, the 22nd of April, on a nice, bright and sunny day down here in Cornwall in the southwest of the UK, but less of that. What we're going to be doing is going to be looking at the charts from EUR USD perspective on the 1 minute time frame between 9 and 10 this morning, and seeing if we can get a trade up and going. First things first, a little bit of housekeeping. So I'm going to turn my MT4 on now, and I don't need that, so I'll get off that and that, and making sure I've got my risk to reward in purple, my lot calc in purple, the all important 1%, and this little square button here in purple in case I want to close all trades should anything happen. And of course, making sure we've got our fantastic Academy55 MT4 indicator installed on the machine. If you don't know how to do any of that, please look in the back office. Steve has done a great job of how to get these indicators and install them. So that's the housekeeping done. What can we see? Well, we are now underneath the purple line on the 1 minute time frame. So we're in a sell bias, and these lines here are support and resistance lines that I drew up for myself. Just points of interest, just like they say, nothing to worry about really. Just if price gets to these areas here, I know they should be bouncing or breaking, so I shall be looking a little bit more at if that situation arises. We have hardly any imbalances on the 4 hourly to worry about at the minute. So this is where the situation where we are today on Monday, the 4th of April. What am I talking about? Sorry, Monday, the 22nd of April. It's the 4th month. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we have a buy signal, but for my live trading, my rules is I can't take this because it was at 10 to 9 this morning. But now the green line has turned green, but the parabolic SARs are above price, so we need price to go below price before we take this. I mean, here, as you can see, the trend line was red, so we couldn't take the trade anyway. Then we had red candles, obviously, and then that pushed the parabolic SAR above price, so we can't take it because of that. But now we've got a green trend line, green volume ribbon, green wave. But now all you need to do now is wait for price to envelop that parabolic SAR if it ever does, and push parabolic SAR down below, and then a buy trade could take place. But until such time, there isn't going to be any trade, and I can't take it anyway because of the buy signal over here if it does happen. So but we can paper trade it. I can paper trade it, and we'll see what, and then I'll wait for between 9 and 10 for another signal, which will be a sell alert anyway, because we got a sell there, a buy, sell, buy. The next one out would have to be a sell, whenever that will happen. But if there is a situation for a buy, I will paper trade this, and we'll see what happens with it. So what happened this morning? Well, 8 o'clock, we had a buy alert. We had the green trend. buy alerts. So if you were quick, you would have got in somewhere around there, I guess. Stop loss would have to be where the wave turned green. And as you can see, unfortunately, that one lost. So there's no even. So that one lost about there, actually. But then we had a sell. So here's the sell. Short position, you'd get in about there. Stop loss would be where the green meets wave meets the red. Oh, I do apologize. No, it would be the trend line, which was masked by the purple line there. So that's where your stop loss would be, but you have to make a minimum of 2 pips. So that's on 63, so 61. So that's your 2 pip minimum. Drag it down to 2 pips, and as you can see, you would have got a bit more. There we go. So as you can see, that was quite a fast one, actually. You would have got your 2% pretty tardily. Tardily? No, I think that's the opposite. Pretty speedily. Tardily is, yeah. Anyway, so if you was doing 8 to 9, 8 o'clock there, you would have a 1% loss there, but a 2% gain there. So you'd be 1% up for the day, and that's where your day finishes, according to our rules. So the rest of it is just a watching brief. Nice to see so many people on today. I'm still fishing around for the best times for me to trade, and the best times for the group as a whole to trade. But in the meantime, while I'm doing different hours, it is showing off the Academy 55, and I hope everybody saw my video yesterday that I put out on Saturday of how to backtest, and actually put it in the journal. The journal you can get free from Make Your Own Copy. If anybody's not sure where that is, I will. Can I show you? Yeah, I can show you. I'll do that. So if we go, of course, yes. So if I go to there, to our Academy 55 Facebook group, scroll down, and this is the video I did down there. So if you go and watch that, I think it's about 20 minutes long, show you how to backtest and all that good stuff. And so meanwhile, back to the, where did that go? Meanwhile, back to the trading. Right now, we have a situation where the parabolic is flipped. So here is where you could have got in, get the long position tool, could have got in just there where it flipped. The stop loss would be where the red wave meets the green, which is down there. So that means your 2 to 1 would be up here. So let's see what happens with that. Okay, so I'm paper trading because the alert came in at 10 to 9 this morning. But this is how I would have traded this. Paper trading with you guys. The next alert I can act on is this is my rules. I want to reiterate, this is my rules, not your rules. So obviously, if you were here waiting for me to start and this is how you would have reacted, I can't do that for transparency reasons. That's a sort of little rule that we put up few weeks ago. But I can certainly paper trade it, and this is how we would have paper traded this one. And just like I said, you can't get in there because the trend line's still red. Trend line turns green. But then the parabolic SAR is above the price, so you can't get in there because of the parabolic SAR being above the price. So we have to wait for the parabolic SAR to be below price again. And this is the situation we're in at the moment. Right, so while this one's playing, I guess we can have a quick look. Oh, I had a look at the news earlier on today, so it's always best practice for you to have a look at the news before you actually start trading also as part of your housekeeping. And today being Monday the 22nd, as expected, not a lot going on officially. But as you know, the world's in turmoil. Things can happen at the drop of a hat somewhere in the world. To give you a little example, it was start a few years ago. I was trading on a Canadian dollar against the British pound, and I was like 40 pips up on a higher time frame. And then all of a sudden, I went to 10 pips down and hit my stop loss. And the reason for that is I found out that an oil tanker had been shelled in the Suez Canal. This is a few years back, and it happened all of a sudden. Well, obviously, there's no legislation for that. Nothing was written here. So, yeah, so that's an example of how things can change in the world without you actually knowing about it. You always remember that. That was pretty bizarre. But as you can see, we have even I checked my FX books also, and we have been Monday. We have no high impact news to talk about. So back to the chart. What are we? Oh, right. Okay. So unfortunately, that one was a loser. So if you are trading, you have one more trade left. Presumably, if you went from 9 to 10. So we have one more trade left. And now we'll get rid of that because now we have a sell opportunity. And so I'm going to put my MT4 on, put my line chart on. This is where I want to place my stop loss, waiting for the trend line to go red, because that's where the stop loss is. Anytime it might go red. I'm expecting to go red anytime soon, really. So as soon as that trend line turns red, I could be in the trade, but it's green still. As you can see, I'm expecting it to go red really, really quickly, to be fair. Right, like there, for example, it went red. So I'm in the trade. Look at that. There we go. So there we go. That's my setup. Oh, trying to get this as visual as possible, but MT4 is so clunky. It's quite oh, we'll have to be settled with that then. So I'm in the sell. The stop loss is where the trend line is. Let's just turn red. Take profit down there. So this is the situation I'm in at the minute. So we'll see what happens. At this juncture here, I would tell you guys to sort of walk away, go and make a cup of tea, cup of coffee, you know what I mean? Walk away from the screen, because whatever you think, it isn't going to change this. The only thing you risk of doing is your anxieties and all that come to the fore, and you ain't going to change this once bit. So if you're of an anxious disposition, there ain't no point in watching this. So I'm going to mute myself at the minute, and we'll just watch this, and when something interesting happens, I will indeed endeavour to, well, I'll come back on it and we'll talk about it a bit more. I just wanted to point out that this area here, where price says 106, 1.0650, is a significant area because it's what's called a key level, where banks and investors really think about trades, whether to carry on down, use that as a turning signal to go back up again, or whatever. Anything with a 50 in it, and also 3 zeros, especially, is a very significant key area. So this is where we are at the minute. Okay, so that's kind of unfortunate. As you can see, I got knocked out. And because this time, as of now, is proving I've lost one trade myself. We paper traded that one. I didn't actually live trade that. And I've actually lost this trade. But as of now, because of the market seeming a little bit turbulent, I'm not going to be risking trading anymore within this hour. I've got one more trade left that I can do today, and I will indeed be trading that. And if I win, I get my 1%. So thanks very much for watching today, and we'll speak soon. Cheers for now. Bye bye.